Sun in Virgo, Moon in Capricorn. This combination produces a surprisingly high diversity of personalities. People often forget just how adaptable and malleable the nature of Virgo is and how nuanced. And just to expand on that for a second, I think people see Virgo as being very disciplined and very routine oriented. And although that's true, they are those things, it's all in the name of adaptability. So whatever a Virgo's routine or opinions might be, although they might be constant and Virgo might be stubborn about those things, it's all done in the name of adaptability. So it's all just making the most of whatever the Virgo's sense of circumstances might be. And so that's just something to remember here, because Capricorn is similar to Virgo in a lot of ways. And so this combination is kind of as close, it's very close to the archetypal Virgo character. And so that's just something to remember, that although they might seem very stubborn or very consistent, they're also very adaptable. And so there's a lot of variety and diversity and nuance here, which I think people can sometimes miss. Common themes here include very strong independence and self-reliance, strong work ethic, a desire to achieve respectable success in their lives, whatever that may be, depending on the individual, and a tendency towards self-criticism, since these people could be very hard on themselves. Since the moon is in detriment here in Capricorn, these people grew up with difficult childhoods. Often their parents or guardians were either unloving or cold, and so their upbringing may have lacked the normal warmth that one might expect. Their parents may have been, even if their parents were loving, they may have been authoritative or very disciplining. And so the Virgo Capricorn learns at a young age to rely on themselves for emotional support. Through this difficult set of circumstances, a precocious personality tends to emerge, one which is strong but also easygoing, and is typically not one to cause drama. It's also common for these people to start working at a young age, or to start providing for themselves very early on, it tends to make people who are just responsible for themselves. And so although this is sort of a difficult energy to experience, it can make a person who is just mature and takes responsibility for themselves emotionally. And so I kind of subjectively appreciate that about these people. They set very high standards for themselves and are typically highly aware of their reputation and the first impressions that they give off. They want very much to be respected in society, although their introverted nature can also cause them to be somewhat of a hermit at times. It can be difficult for them to make and maintain close relationships with others, since they don't usually express their feelings. And again, this is just from their upbringing, that they are just conditioned to not express like weakness or emotion. And again, that's kind of admirable, that they try to just make the most of their situation rather than talking about it. But again, this can make it hard for them to have intimate relationships. These people are extremely practical, and so rather than talking about their problems, they usually do what they can to fix them on their own. And yes, they are fixers. Being goal-oriented and in a state of perpetual self-improvement is not uncommon here. If you'd like me to interpret your Sun-Moon combination or have any other suggestions, be sure to let me know in the comments.